What are your dreams for the future, your hopes and your goals? Humans are creatures of habit, and we can sometimes get stuck in a place where we just don't want to be. We're about to hear from expert Will Perry from Changing Post, breakthrough agent facilitating change.
Hello again, I'm Will Perry talking about emotional abuse. I've been dealing with quite a lot of clients from, well, all over the world really. So just a few tips to help you through if you're dealing with emotional abuse. You might have heard emotional abusers referred to as vampires. It's a great analogy because there's so many commonalities with emotional abuse. Abusers want to suck your blood, drain your energy, and they need to keep you close. So as a victim for supply. Anyway, there's many analogies there that are so close with emotional abuse. But what you need not to give them is their blood, the energy that we can as victims. So what that means is not getting drawn into any arguments. It might be logical to start off with, but then it'll change tactic and become illogical, and it's like the purpose is to get you slightly off guard and thinking, oh, just a minute, if you were, and now you're, and that's why it's called crazy making by American psychotherapists, because it's so illogical, it makes no sense, and it makes you then starting to justify that when actually you were then talking about that, and then they'll start saying something up here, and it's crazy making, it really is. You must know that it's a tactic by the abuser just to get you tying yourself in knots, get you confused, get you on the back foot, get you embroiled in an argument that is so pointless and so illogical that it goes nowhere, but it does serve one great purpose. It lets them stay in control. It gives them the energy, the feeling of dominance over you. So recognise it. It's just a technique. Recognise it once you see it coming, and you'll often see the pattern when you look back. Recognise it and just stop. Don't involve yourself in the conversation, in the argument. Say, I don't want to talk about that. Remove yourself. I haven't got time for this. Stop. You're making me crazy. And literally remove yourself. Clients have often had the abusers right to the faces saying, don't walk away. That's a more direct way. You must remove yourself from the situation. As soon as you stop, open yourself up to the conversation, they're sucking your blood. They're getting the energy. You're in their control. So it's just recognizing that and stop being in their control. Take control for yourself. Now the problem with that is that the vampires or the abusers won't like that, so they'll try harder. So you must have strong resolve, and once you see it work, you'll see them on the back foot, and you're like, oh, that doesn't normally happen. So they'll try a new technique, a new tactic to get your attention, to get you embroiled in these crazy conversations. As soon as they raise their voice at you, you can just say stop. Don't accept swearing. Don't accept a raised voice. Why should you? Why should you? If I shouted at you, I wouldn't, would I? I mean, that wouldn't be normal. It's not normal, it's just you've got used to it. So why? It's just you've got used to it. Time to stop. I know it's not easy, but the sooner you do, the sooner you'll start bringing yourself above the plimsoll line. That's a new analogy I had with a client recently. I don't know if you know, but oil tankers, huge red things, they go sit quite low in the water when they're full up. And there's a little white line, or I think it's usually white, which they call the plimsoll line, and that is the fill to level, as it were. So it should never sit below the water, that white line. That's when it's full. When it's empty, the white line sits way above the water line. That's how you can tell it's empty. When you're being abused, your self-esteem, everything, your feelings, your emotions, it's really like sitting underneath the plimsoll line, being underwater. You're suffocated, it's so oppressive. And it's only when you can take control and build up your self-esteem above the plimsoll line. And that's a great place to be. It does take time, it does take perseverance. Yeah, I've had some clients that have come back to me that I've been emailing that have said they've done it. They've left their partner, then they're living their life, they're enjoying taking their own responsibility and making their own choices without silent treatment, without aggression to deal with. I often get clients asking whether I think they're in an emotionally abusive environment or situation. Send me some details and I'll give you my opinion. You know, I ask questions. The questions I'll often ask are, what patterns have you got in your partners? Have you been the submissive one? Have you been the aggressive one, the dominant one? It's usually the other way around. People coming to me are usually saying, I can see a pattern there. I've always gone out with a controlling man or aggressive man. And then I might ask questions that map back to the family to see what the family unit was, because it's not by chance that this happens to us. But there is hope. There is hope, definitely. You can get away from and work beyond and come above and into the normal world. You can build your self-esteem. You can build it back. So stick in there and do email me. Continue to email me. And thank you for those people that do email me. I do appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Hope this helps. Bye-bye.
I hope you felt inspired by that session with Will Perry and you're one step closer to your breakthrough.